各位觀眾大家好，歡迎收睇26分鐘見證實錄。今年3月喺新冠肺炎疫情爆發初期，卑詩省嘅多間公眾市場內嘅非必要商家都陸續暫停營業。例如係位於溫哥華，一向被視為係本地特色商品集散地嘅 Granville Island 公眾市場，當時就有大約90%嘅商鋪關閉。即使之後隨住經濟逐步重啟，商店同埋餐廳都逐步開放，但係 Granville Island 就因為遊客數量大幅下降，公眾市場內嘅商業收益無可避免遭受到嚴重嘅打擊。喺咁嘅情況之下，有相關嘅行業就及時採取措施作出調整，為其他嘅商戶搭建網絡平台，同時亦都獲得咗本地社區嘅支持。喺重新開業嘅3個多月之後，公眾市場內嘅情況係點呢？企業之間又係點樣互助共度難關呢？
International travel, because we relied a lot on tourism. Tourism was our biggest revenue maker here in the store, so that's the only challenge we have.
So I hire from, quite often out of country. So I had people hired for April 1st to show up April 1st, and of course everybody had to cancel.
就喺我哋個 website 嗰度可以買到嘅。咁幾多個產品？我諗係大概，可能係大概100種度啦。
Actually, I'm waiting for the lady who just ordered online. I just put it aside, so whenever she comes, she can just pick it up.
So a lot of big companies use us, for their Christmas gift giving and their Thanksgiving gifts and their holiday season gifts. And we've done graduations, teachers' gifts. We pretty much can do anything.
呢一間位於溫哥華 Granville Island 公眾市場內嘅手工朱古力店，店長 Edna Diaz 介紹話，該店嘅業務範圍廣泛，除咗零售同批發之外，更加係好多顧客嘅節日禮品首選。但係由於新冠疫情爆發，該店喺今年嘅3月暫時關閉，6月先至重開，而營業額就同去年同期相比大幅下降咗7到8成。
We had just Easter coming around the corner, which is one of our biggest times of the year for revenue. So we lost a lot on that. So that was a setback for us. But overall, just like every other business, it was difficult. We shut down for 3 months. And it was for us, our health and safety first. And for the company, we had to look after the employees first. And everyone was looked after, so we had to do the right thing and stay home and stay safe.
佢坦言，國際遊客數量大減係佢哋目前面臨嘅最大挑戰，但係好彩仲有一班本地顧客嘅支持。
Tourism was our biggest revenue maker here in the store, so that's the only challenge we have. Other than that, we have our local clientele. Christmas is coming around the corner, and of course, hopefully everyone will have something to celebrate after such a tough year, and chocolate will be back on the rise. We opened up June 3rd after the pandemic, and we've seen quite an increase of traffic and flow of customers. Definitely not anyone international, but a lot more our locals, and then also people coming in from Kelowna and from Vancouver Island and all the other provinces just within Canada. So we've seen a definite increase.
My wholesale, some of them, because they're supermarket, they keep ordering during the pandemic, but a lot of them had to stop because they closed their store.
同樣開喺 Granville Island 公眾市場內嘅呢一間馬卡龍專賣店，店主之一嘅 David Boatti 介紹話，佢喺2012年喺維多利亞開設第一間店，並且喺2015年嚟到溫哥華。而今次嘅疫情就令到佢哋暫時關門2個月嘅時間。
For us, around March 15, we shut down all the 3 stores. This one stay open a week extra, but this is around the time we shut down all the store, all the way until May 15, where we reopen up 2 stores out of 3, so Victoria and Granville Island, and then we waited a little bit longer before reopening Kitsilano. The reason Kitsilano is our kitchen, so this is where we bake for both locations in Vancouver. and we wanted to be a bit of extra safe at the beginning before we start reopening only on the weekend over there.
即使同樣受到國際遊客大減嘅影響，令到呢一個夏季收入只係有過去嘅5-6成。咁但係 David 就好感謝政府喺疫情期間為企業提供嘅幫助，以及本地居民同本國遊客嘅支持。
What we noticed is a lot of Canadians started traveling all over Canada and coming here on the west part. So we gained more people, and the locals starting to come more, especially on Granville Island. During summer, it's so busy with tourists that the locals try to get away from it. But this summer, a lot of locals came back, and a lot of Canadians that visited from back east came to Granville Island and discovered all the good product here. Luckily, with Canada and all the program that was put in place by the government in Canada was really helpful to start again. We brought all our staff back. So all of our staff are back at work, and we're trying our best to come out with new ideas on how to increase the revenue.
David 話：佢哋原本計劃喺3月將位於 Kitsilano 嘅廚房店鋪搬到 Granville Island， 但係就因為疫情而延遲。
So this was our biggest challenge because we signed the lease on March 1st, and March 15 we closed on the store, and that was a move that we're planning for over a year now. So we was ready and prepared for it. But the biggest challenge was probably getting permit from the city. It took us 5 months to get the permit from the city. And of course, same for them. They ended up being a lot slower, less staff. So
不過幸運嘅係，房東喺租金方面俾咗佢哋好大支持。
I've been really lucky that all my 3 locations, like actually my 4th location, we have really good landlord that was really helpful with us, especially my landlord in Kitsilano. And here the office is doing tremendous amount of work to help us all. So
事實上，除咗有本地居民以及本國遊客嘅支持之外，有相關企業亦都同 Granville Island 嘅商戶展開互助。咁好似吳向華 Michelle Ng 喺疫情期間創建嘅 Granville Island 網購平台 ，Michelle 就介紹話，由於3月疫情嚴重，咁佢原本所經營嘅溫哥華美食團冇辦法再展開活動。因而佢就要迅速咁揾其他嘅機會，並且希望能夠貢獻社會。
嗰陣時我就諗，因為我哋其中一個團都喺 Granville Island 度，我哋好熟悉啲小商店，咁所以我哋就諗不如就做個online shopping 啦，咁樣咁，因為一般 Granville Island 啲小商店咧，佢都冇自己嘅冇得上網買佢哋啲食物㗎，咁所以我哋就開始咗 Granville Island Delivery Code 啦。我哋而家暫時就大概有25個小商店，就喺我哋個 website 嗰度可以買到嘅。咁幾多個產品？我諗係可能係大概100種度啦。
佢坦言，開始新嘅生意總會面對一啲挑戰。
So far 咧，春天嗰陣時咧就係比較忙，好多 order 嘅。咁到夏天啦，多咗人出街咧，咁我哋又會係即係生意少咗咯。咁呢個一個 challenge 啦。咁但係希望秋天同埋聖誕節嚟緊啦，咁樣又可以多翻啲 order 咯，到時。因為尤其是好多本地人啦，諗起 Granville Island 咧，就係通常都係好難泊車啊，又要排隊啊咁樣。咁就我哋因為你可以同一時間咧就同好多唔同嘅商店買嘢，咁我哋又送埋貨啦。
咁而顧客給予嘅肯定，亦都係 Michelle 繼續堅持做落去嘅動力。
如果話唔係話平時咁容易嚟到 Granville Island 嘅人咧，佢就即係好 appreciate 咯，可以由屋企嗰度網上訂購，咁又可以送埋貨。其實我哋每個禮拜咧都加緊新嘅產品啦，同埋新嘅商店㗎。咁希望咧我哋可以support 多啲嘅小商店咯。咁樣仲有一樣嘢咧，就係我哋每買一個禮品咧，咁就會捐贈5蚊俾一個Granville Island 嘅商店，係我哋會揀一個係特別需要幫忙嘅商店咯。
佢感謝好多公眾市場內嘅商鋪對於該平台嘅支持。
我哋啱啱開始有個 idea 想做 Granville Island Delivery 嗰時咧，咁我哋就去個 market 個市場度同啲小商店傾啦。咁嗰時候其實佢哋都係即係都係好支持我哋呢個 idea 咯。咁亦都嗰時係 人流少咗好多。佢哋一般咧都係靠人流啦，同埋旅客嘅。咁亦都而家旅客就完全都冇晒啦。咁所以佢哋就係即係都係好支持我哋咯。
而作為參與嘅商家 David 同 Edna 亦都肯定該平台為佢哋帶嚟嘅幫助。
Her idea is great, and it's a lot of work for them to get it started. It's nice to have an extra service to be able to deliver our macaron to our customer base.
It's created a little bit of revenue because what they're doing is, as you know, using our product, using product from other merchants in the island and promoting us. And that way it just, when they send out these gift baskets and they deliver, it opens up even more to a public area where maybe people weren't aware of us already. So, you know, it's brought a new customer base for us.
除此之外 ，Michelle 亦都非常感謝本地一啲企業人士為佢哋所提供嘅支持。例如該購物平台嘅電子商務網站就係獲得咗本地一間數碼營銷公司嘅義務幫助。
Her tours are ending. A lot of Granville Island merchants that have been there for a long time have no business, and we love Granville Island, right? And I've been in Vancouver for many years, and it's such a nice place to visit, and we didn't want to see them suffer, so I thought, okay, how can we help? So
該公司嘅始創人 Gautam Lohia 話，公司喺成立之後嘅每一年都會俾員工集思廣益，選擇唔同嘅領域嘅慈善團體給予電子數碼方面嘅義務幫助。而今年嘅疫情就令佢哋注意到一啲受嚴重影響需要調整轉型嘅企業。
So the industries, we looked at the industries that are most impacted in food, transportation, travel. Very impacted a lot. And then, just by chance, I got connected with Michelle Ng, who had the Granville Island tour company. I thought Michelle had this idea about how do I adjust my business, and I thought, okay, maybe I can help Michelle adjust her business. And her idea was, let's sell. Let Granville Island merchants sell and deliver, and we'll deliver for them. So instead of doing tours for Granville Island, she'll pack up food from Granville Island and deliver it all over the Lower Mainland for the merchants. And so we started help. I thought it was a great idea. So I thought, anything we could do to help. So we had some of our team members give her a lot of strategic help and technology help around the platform she wants to build, how to launch it on Shopify. And
Gautam 話：佢嘅公司好幸運，得以喺呢一個非常時期順利運作，因此更加希望能夠幫助到其他企業渡過難關。
We have to help those industries that aren't. I think it really matters in the long run. It's good. It's just good for everybody. It makes everybody feel good. And if you can help other people out, and maybe they survive, right? Or maybe Granville Island, the Granville Island shops will survive because of Michelle and what she's doing, and then a little bit of our help, right? I think it'll be great. I really feel for the food industry. And we will support more and more if we feel, if we find one, and if people can, want our help. I think it's a very tough business, to run restaurants, and we don't want to see these great restaurants, the sole proprietor restaurants in Vancouver shut down. I think it will. Really damage our communities. The food industry, and if we can help more and more, restaurant owners, stay afloat and get back, keep their restaurants going, that would be very important to us.
佢仲介紹指，疫情期間位於多倫多嘅分公司只係收取成本費用，為一間癌症醫院基金會建立數碼平台，幫助佢哋喺冇辦法舉行籌款晚宴嘅情況之下，能夠繼續籌集資金。
I say this to everybody. This is the time to be empathetic, and we said that to our company. This is not the time to think about money and think about bottom line or all that. It's the time to be empathetic, because it's really nobody's fault what's happened, right? And we just have to help everybody get through it.
疫情之下，唔單止省內嘅公眾市場受到影響啊，同樣標榜本地生產產品嘅農夫市場，亦都無可避免。咁喺下一節翻嚟，我哋就將會去到溫哥華農夫市場，了解一班農夫所面對嘅挑戰，以及佢哋為咗應對疫情所作出嘅改變。歡迎翻到嚟節目時間。溫哥華每年5月開始嘅夏季農夫市場啦，以往都係人頭湧湧㗎。 亦都係一班本地農夫推廣本地產品嘅重要渠道。而今年就因為社交距離以及人數限制規定，有一項只會以簡單樸素模式去營運，鼓勵鄰舍互動接觸嘅農夫市場啦，亦不得不作出調整。喺本地數碼營銷公司嘅義務幫助之下，一班嘅農夫都開始電子數碼化，加入網上銷售嘅行列。位於溫哥華 Main Street Station 農夫市場，喺今年6月初開放，即使係喺非週末嘅時間營業，都仲係吸引咗好多公眾前嚟光顧。
Two different types of spaghetti squash here. Yeah. I'll just give them both to you for the cheaper price.
作為農戶之一嘅 Chris Billion 嘅攤檔不斷有顧客光臨，十分忙碌。而今年係佢喺溫哥華農夫市場嘅第4年。
I do 3 farmers markets in BC. Do Lillooet Farmers Market where I'm from, and then I do 2 Vancouver markets. And it makes up, the more farmers markets make up, I would say, easily 80% of my sales. I have an online platform too, but those sales are often picked up at the farmers markets and whatnot.
同往年唔同嘅係，受新冠疫情影響 ，Chris 要考慮更多人流控制以及安全問題。
Yeah, we've never had these before. Yeah. I found an old picture frame here, and instead of, the number one is to keep people, from a distance. So this helps people can be close enough and to do our point of sale. A lot of it is figuring out how to move people through my stand safely, where they feel comfortable and safe. So those are my biggest challenges. I have to make more signage and just reconfigure my stand to make it a way that traffic flows.
佢話喺2月為農夫市場做準備嘅時候，亦都遭遇到困難。
I hire staff from like I do internships, so I hire from quite often out of country. So I had people hired for April 1st to show up April 1st, and of course everybody had to cancel. They couldn't come from Japan and Australia where they were supposed to. So that affected me. It was a bit of a scramble to find staff early season.
對於第一次加入農夫市場嘅農戶 Vida Rose 嚟講，適應同埋熟悉市場嘅運作同埋環境係佢今年面臨嘅最大挑戰。即使因為疫情而增加咗好多嘅限制，但係亦都令佢獲得咗開設攤位嘅機會。
COVID-19 also make things more complex, but I was not discouraged anyway. I found that actually it might be even more opportunity for me. For example, the reason why I can actually be in the Vancouver farmer market is because many vendors decided not to risk and do the CSA, so lots of opening happened. So as a new vendor, I was able to get into the farmer market.
佢好感謝喺疫情之下，溫哥華農夫市場仍然堅持組織唔同市集。
Because when you have something in place and people expecting it, it's very difficult to have it closing it and reopen it and expecting that people coming. And this is something which has to be continued, which now I'm happy that it didn't actually close. They didn't closing it.
Garlic is one of those crops which has a longer shelf life as far as produce goes. It's pretty hardy.
本地農戶 Abdul Majid 正在喺自己嘅農地翻土，為新一輪播種做準備。今年嘅大蒜收成好好，而近4年嚟喺溫哥華多個農夫市場，佢都擁有自己嘅攤位。
We do the weekends mostly. During the summer months, we go on every alternate Wednesday at the Main Street Market, just outside the terminal. So one Saturday I am at the Riley Park, the other one I am at Trout Lake, but every Sunday I am at the Kitsilano Farmers Market.
對佢嚟講，疫情帶嚟嘅最大影響就係對於市場內人流嘅限制，令佢好難有機會同顧客過多交談。
And now with the pandemic and the market policies, we are trying not to have people stay there for a long time. We want them to buy and move on so that the lines are shorter and they move faster. So from that perspective, yes, there is the social element of the farmers market is the one which is affected the most. Because of a lot of people who have been coming to the farmers markets for 20 years, 25 years, they know the vendors by name. There is a personal relationship they have with those people. Yeah.
So can I get 3?
3 of these? Okay, fine. Yeah, 1, 2. There you go。
呢一日我哋就去到 Abdul 位於 Main Street Station 農夫市場內嘅攤位，佢介紹話為咗保障自己同顧客嘅安全，亦都採取咗一啲防護措施。
For instance, earlier on we were completely cashless, but after a while now what we have got is we got all the sprays over here, and we keep everything sanitized completely. I have my mask, which whenever the customers come, I make sure that I have that on. Also, we try to, usually this is a spot where I am dealing with customers, and I try very hard to gently and politely let people know, please don't touch the garlic, let me help you.
令佢高興嘅係，今年直至目前營業額同去年相比並冇太大變化。
In the farmers market, yes, the difference I find is that it's deceptive because you only allow very few people in the market at a time. So it looks like there is not much happening in the market. But in terms of sales, at least personally, I don't find much of a difference in sales. At the same time, when we look at a graph of sales year upon year, that has been steady anyways.
If you come to the farmers market, you're probably going to have to stand in line. You'll stand 6 feet apart from, households separately. Generally, we're actually asking people to send one member of their household if possible to shop to limit the number of people in.
溫哥華農夫市場臨時執行董事 Laura Smith 介紹話，為咗能夠令到農夫市場順利進行，佢哋研究並且採取咗一定嘅措施。
We had to work really hard with the BC CDC and our local health partners, our municipal partners, to make sure that we could change things up to operate safe spaces. But we're really happy to report that we've been able to do so, and we've actually been able to do so all along. So all the way from March through to now, we've been operating our farmers markets and having them open as essential services. So you might see event fencing or caution tape preventing people from coming in. There's one entrance usually and one exit, and we're counting people as they come in and as they come out.
不過受疫情影響，一啲農夫市場確實客流量係有所下降。Laura 話：佢哋一直都喺度想辦法加強農戶同顧客之間嘅聯繫。
We would actually identify that our biggest challenge is not the abundance of food and is not the demand for food, but is actually just making sure that connection is happening, that our farms are able to get their fresh, local diversity of product to the shoppers and the eaters who really want to get it.
因此喺今年嘅5月，溫哥華農夫市場就推出咗網絡購物平台，令到公眾可以喺屋企瀏覽同埋訂購產品。
So we are dabbling in the online farmers market space. Actually, it's been supported in its pilot through the Ministry of Agriculture and the BC Farmers Market Association. And so we joined on because we recognized that the pandemic was going to change the way that people shop and the access that they might be able to have to their food and to their farmers market, and have identified that there could be a place for the farmers market to be online, which is like a combination of all the different individual vendors in one place, and you make all your different orders with the different vendors that you're interested in ordering from. Process it through them, and then you can come to the market. A number of the markets have an express pickup point where you can pick it up without going inside.
目前已經有90個農戶加入咗該網絡購物平台 ，Vida 同 Adu 亦都係其中之一。
I was added just 2 days ago, and I started getting some orders online, which actually was so joyful because some of the produce, for example, dill or mint, they are very delicate. When I bring them, and I don't know if anybody wants them. Actually, I'm waiting for the lady who just ordered online. I just put it aside, so whenever she comes, she can just pick it up, which is very convenient.
Still think of it as farmers market business because those clients, they place their orders, and so we know we have them packed and ready to go straight away. So that saves some time. Sure enough.
事實上，溫哥華農夫市場嘅網絡購物平台同樣受到咗 Gotham 嘅數碼營銷公司嘅義務幫助。咁負責該項目嘅公司策略負責人 Ray Silver 話，就係希望盡自己嘅一份力量嚟到回歸社會。
It's about giving back to the local community. I go to the farmers market like every second week, so it was kind of like it's kind of like really close to my daily operation and what I like to support. We work with large organizations, and we have skills that typically serve
large companies that can afford us, right? And the smaller companies that can't.
Yeah.
And because of COVID, we thought, let's see if we can help some companies adjust.
而溫哥華農夫市場為咗應對疫情變化，亦都正在為兩個冬季農夫市場制定全面嘅規劃。
From what we can tell, because we've been operating the whole time, we expect that we will be operating in some way throughout the course of this pandemic, even if things change and start to close down in other places. We will be able to rise to the challenge of the protocols to be able to ensure that we are bringing that food into the communities, which we really think is part of why we have this not-for-profit organization building food security in this particular way. So.
好啦，今集嘅節目時間又夠啦。咁如果觀眾對我哋嘅節目有啲乜嘢意見嘅話，係好歡迎大家電郵俾我哋㗎。咁如果觀眾想睇返今集嘅節目，亦都可以上去我哋嘅網站點擊節目重溫一覽。好啦，下星期同樣時間再同大家見面，晚安。